Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport. You might notice I'm in a slightly better mood, even though I recorded the other video about less than 2 hours ago. You'll find out why in a minute. But before that, I wanted to quickly show you Jack Payne. We've got him on trial at the moment. He's the first player we've had on trial for a while that looks like he might actually be a solid signing if we could get him on a free. We're going to let his trial period go so we can kind of see where he's really strong. But I think he's going to be important, and we've also managed to bring in another loanee. And that loanee is Milan Butterfield. He is coming from, who's he coming from? Tranmere. He's a Bermudan international as well, which is pretty damn cool. Pretty young, but he's a nice 6 foot tall, which was not actually my reasoning. The main reason is because I wanted someone that could replace Paul Turnbull and give us some more support in that midfield area, with the fact that Osborne has now left the club, because obviously we couldn't get him back. So I thought a nice tall player in here with decent physical stats could really help us just win those extra balls in the midfield that Turnbull perhaps isn't quite tall enough to win, and allows us to rotate a little bit, and that's always good, isn't it? Right, time to talk about what's been going on in the 3 games off camera, because I decided it was about time I actually started making some changes. I'd seen enough to kind of think, okay, what can we do? And I'm going to talk you through what I've done over the course of the changes of the games, because a lot of it's been a case of change it and then revert back because it didn't actually work as well as you thought it did. But I think I might have stumbled on something that could have helped us much more dramatically than perhaps some of the other stuff has. So directly after that game, we went into a game against Kidderminster Harriers, and it was the last thing I wanted because I didn't want to be playing against a team with a weird formation. And for some reason, I guess it's because they were the away team, so they tried to adapt a bit more. They played a sort of standard 4-2-3-1 kind of system, which we're usually quite decent against, and this game was really no different. Nolan Bow gave us a goal, 2 for Darren Stevenson. He has been on fire this month, like to another level. Seriously, Darren Stevenson is a quality player at this level. If you need an inside forward, get this guy. Seriously, he's fantastic. But what I changed for this game was I actually turned off the approach to attack down either of the wings and left the overlap on the left, just to try and give us a bit more unpredictability. But that didn't really work, and in the second half, I switched that back off again, and well, we got ourselves 2 more goals. So we were playing okay in the first half, but it wasn't really fantastic. We got a goal from a set piece, but then we really did spring some stuff on the counter in the second half, which was kind of interesting, and gave ourselves a 3-0 win, which was, I think, perhaps a bit flattering on us, though. We followed that up with a very tough trip away to Altrincham, the team that we literally played and lost to in the last live com. And I took what I'd kind of learned from the Kidderminster game into this one, and honestly, it didn't really work. We did not look good. They didn't look good either. They were about as, if anything, they were actually better than when they beat us in the last episode. But as you can see, they had a few players that just underperformed. We got very lucky. A Niall Bell goal from a corner was enough to give us all 3 points. And this is the kind of luck that we were getting towards the start of the season, where we were fairly strong defensively, but not great still, and we just had to rely on keeping a clean sheet and getting a set-piece goal. So I think that's what a lot of these draws that we'd had, if we'd just been slightly better defensively in those games, they would have been wins, because they were mostly score draws, aside from the Alfreton game. And I have set up a few more set-piece instructions for some free kicks, and I still can't work out the throw-in situation, unfortunately. That just seems like a bit of a game bug for me. The weird thing about that game as well was that we played better in the game in the last live con, which we lost 2-1, than we did in that away game. So it's just a kind of swings and roundabouts kind of situation. However, against Bradford PA, there was no such swings and roundabouts in this game. Darren Stevenson ran the show. We were decent. We took the lead through Darren Stevenson, obviously, but they then did equalise with a ball over the top. They broke the offside trap, and Jake Beasley, one of the top scorers in the division, we should have marked him a bit tighter, and we did towards the end, but he still created some chances for him, and they maybe could have had another goal or 2. But then Stevenson put us back in front. The change I made in the second half, though, was to get Eriko Souza to aim his crosses for the far post, and it meant that whenever he got that ball on the right-hand side, and I might switch that to Kebby as well, he was aiming those crosses instead of being for Mbo, because most of the time Mbo doesn't get on them. It was Stevenson sneaking in at the far post, and he scored 2 more in the second half of this game to give us a 5-1 victory, and he set up the other goal as well. What a performance from Darren Stevenson. 4 goals and an assist, which puts him right in there for the top scorer in the entire league now, which is crazy. But what's even more crazy is the fact that he didn't get in the team of the week, despite scoring 4 goals in this match. Oh, there was actually one more loan signing as well. We brought in Joe Widowson as a left back to try and give us some support for Duxbury, so Dux doesn't have to play in every single game. He's on basically no money, so I figured it was a worthwhile choice just to bring in some more players there. He had an okay game, but we were truly phenomenal. If we can carry on this type of play into this game today against Leamington, I think we should be able to come up with something. But I think the real change that made us so much more lethal in the second half was picking out those balls to the far post, and Stevenson was just having a field day with their defenders. He actually scored a header at one point from a long ball from Schmoll. And all that leaves the league looking like this. I couldn't have asked for a better response to the defeat. Like, Against Kidderminster, we were just excellent. Against Altrincham, we got a bit lucky, but then we pulled it back in the next game against Bradford. Lots of goals, very few goals conceded, and suddenly we're back to the top. Not that we were really that far off it anyway, but other teams dropping points certainly has helped us. Blyth now our nearest challengers, and we have pulled a massive gap over the playoffs yet again. It sort of comes in fits and starts. We have a good run, and then we have a bit of a lame run. I'm hoping we can continue it today with a 4th straight victory up today away at Leamington. Going to be quite tough. They've started pulling themselves up the league quite a fair bit and now sit comfortably in mid-table. So hopefully we can go there and get a victory. And as you can see, Darren Stevenson, 19 goals in the league now. He's 1 off the top. Best average rating in the entire division. But Connor DeMayo, not far off that as well. Lots of Man of the Match awards too, as you'd expect. The other thing I tried, which I just forgot about reading my notes, in the Kidderminster game, I turned off the shooting less often against... for all of our front three, because I've noticed we were getting a lot of penetration into the penalty areas, but not enough actual goals from that, not enough shots on target. It didn't really work, basically. So I've put it back on for 2 of them. I think Eriko Souza still has it off because he's got decent finishing and long shots and he looks dangerous. But I think I've turned it back off again from Darren Stevenson because he's not got good enough long shots to be shooting from range, and I want him to get a bit closer before taking his chances. And I think that's helped us too. Just tiny little tweaks is, I think, what's going to make this into a solid tactic for now. But I'm always interested to hear your opinions on that kind of thing, or what little tiny things we could do that perhaps could make us slightly better from open play, although at the moment we're looking great. Of course, now I've said that, we'll end up screwing it up against Leamington today, but we've given ourselves a chance to do that, I suppose. We've also got new contracts for Duxbury, Darren Stevenson, Turnbull, Mantac, Downing, Palmer and Keane. Some of them are on more money, but not by much. It's literally like 50 quid a week more of what I've negotiated, and some of them, including Ashley Palmer, actually took a £75 a week wage cut to stay with the club. So we've spent a little bit of money of our wage budget, but not much, to give ourselves lots more job security with some of these players, which I think is important, particularly if we want to get in pain. Just to show you though, 13 goals from corners in 25 matches. Us and Chorley are, well, actually Darlington doing all right there. That's not bad. That's won every other game, and I think there's a few that might not have counted as well. That to me is a really good return for the way that we're trying to play. And while we're on the topic of throw-ins today, because this is what I want to show you. I want to show you our throw-in routine. So this is the throw-in routine. Player here, whoever it takes it, long throw into this area. Now, you'll often see Mbo here, but he's set to be here. I keep pushing him further and further back, but my guess is these players, this isn't actually the order in which they're supposed to be, and they'll just kind of get into whatever position they want. So I do wonder if there's a position we could maybe get him in that might be more appropriate. Maybe attacking the near post would allow him to win those flick-ons for us. I don't really know, to be honest. That's the only thing I can think of, is maybe just moving him to attacking the near post, because I can't see how else we're going to get the ball to him, because he always comes short no matter where you put him in this lineup, and that might be the difference for us. Maybe we could get him to attack the near post. We'll see. The plan for today is to go and win away at Leamington. They have a quite nice little kit. It's kind of Dortmund-esque. We're looking good. A little run has just pulled us back towards the top of the league. Leamington are in a decent amount of form themselves. In fact, look at their form. It's better than us. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games and drawn the other one. But then we've won 4 out of our last 5 games and lost the other one. So league form for us has really taken a turn for the good. And I believe that's to do with the fact that we've been able to rest a few players in little places as well. So Widdowson is going to come out for today. Back in will come Ducks, which is nice. Turnbull is lacking, well, he's not really lacking fitness, but I do think that maybe we should try out Milan Butterfield today. Just gives us another option. Palmer's been excellent in recent games, so we're going to drop Jordan Keane and bring in Tim Schmoll for a match, just to rest things around, change it, try to keep them fresh. And Bo's just back from an injury, but we really don't have much choice to play him at the moment. Niall Bell will be on the bench, though. Other change I wanted to make was to add an instruction to Elliot Kebby, because, wow, he's got no instructions whatsoever. And that is to go to the far post and shoot less often, obviously. Do we want him to get far? We might just leave that off. Although I do want him running wide with the ball, because after all, he is a winger, essentially. Now, we might leave that off. Just give him a bit more freedom. Maybe, if you've got any ideas, any of these that might work well for him, then let me know. But what we really want is shooting less often and the far post crosses. Schmoll is obviously dominating in the air with an 86% headers won ratio, which is massive compared to the likes of Palmer and Keane. Definitely does give us a different aspect, but he is slow. And I can't wait to deep dive into this stuff when we do the analysis at the end of the season, because that will really allow me to pick apart our flaws, and there are tons of them. So the bench, Ormerson, Keane, Turnbull, Mulhern, Widdowson. That's not really what we want here. We want Niall Bell, because we're going to need him today, without a doubt. Duxbury's fully fit, so I don't think we really need a replacement left-back on the bench right now. Jordan Keane, we could always do with a centre-back option. Mulhern, no, we want someone really more like Warburton on the bench instead of Mulhern. That way we've got it all covered. We've got a centre-back, defensive midfielder that can play in the midfield too, right-sided, also plays a striker, and Niall Bell. Always nice. Hopefully these last few matches have been like the beginning of something decent for us and finding some form again. That's what we have to hope for anyway. Bradford played a 4-4-1-1, so the only difference is the slight change here. But they're so defensive in the wings. And Mark-up Dwight, we'll kind of play it by ear because they have no real playmakers in the team. Who's really been their best player? Nobody really stands out in that either. Stenson's got a lot of goals. In fact, he's their top goal scorer, and their top assister are the two wingers. Interesting. Maybe balls from deep. That could be a problem, actually, because often we get this issue where we get the ball out in here and there's balls over the top from there, maybe deeper crossing. So we might have to look at that and maybe drop a deeper line today if we see that happening loads. I know it'd be going against all that we stand for at the moment, but we'll just sort of see how we do in the opening stages. So a long ball over the top straight away. Duxbury does well, and we're going to... Oh, dear. Gutteridge. DeMeo. Maybe Kebby with a back post cross. Gets Stevenson in. Can he find the ball? He does. Stevenson! There we go. This is what worked in the last game. Leamington 0, Stockport 1 after 17 minutes. Elliot Kebby's ball this time finds Darren Stevenson, who is just mopping things up for fun at the far post in games. I don't even think he's that tall, but he's often matched up against the the right back, rather than a central defender, and he's always capable of out-jumping them, it seems. And that is 1-0 Stockport, the perfect start to the match. We're just going to stay on positive, I think, though, not too pushing it. Hinchcliffe's long ball, and Bo should win that. Oh no. Schmoll's been caught, and that's surely 1-1, and Hinchcliffe has pulled us out a few of these lately. He did that a couple of times against Bradford. There's always that danger. If we get to half-time... Oh, here we go. Gutteridge ball. Schmoll knocks it down. Butterfield! Oh, puts it around the post. I totally forgot Butterfield was even playing. That was a good opportunity for us to maybe make it 2-0 there. Schmoll. Won by DeMeo. Better. Souza. Oh, he's going to get there. Here we go. Pick up Darren Stevenson. Can he find him? Ball in. Stevenson! Oh, and again, he's just finding gaps there so much. All in all, pretty happy with the first half. Darren Stevenson's goal. We've had some chances to score a couple more potentially. And it's actually extended our lead at the top. If we can get one more goal, I think I'd be pretty confident about this. Just going to go for it for about 10 minutes and maybe look towards Niall Bell because he's still got that good... good ball. Oh, nearly a good ball. Long throw time, perhaps. What would happen before is that he would be standing here, and then often, because he doesn't attack the near post at the right moment, when he'd get the ball, everyone would have run forward and he'd be offside. But I wonder if having him in a slightly different position now and getting Kebby, to flick it into a better space might give us a better chance at a shot. Souza, good shot. Duxbury with the long throw this time. And, we've done it! Right, okay, I think that might have been the difference. Straight from a long throw, it's 2-0 to... I nearly said B67 there. Stockport County 2-0 up now from a long throw. Lovely assist from Duxbury. It's the only way you could assist with your hands, and Bo just out-jumps his man straight over Breeden, and it's 2-0. And now we just really need to sit. And I think I'm going to pull him Bo at this point, because we've got a 2-0 lead, and he's on 66% condition because of that injury. I want him for the next match. Now we just need to be sensible. Okay, maybe should make some subs here. So what are we thinking? Who's not playing amazingly? Maybe get Butterfield a little rest? Get old Turnbull in? Maybe get Matthew Warburton on the right-hand side. 15 minutes to go. 2-0 up. Just keep things going how they are. We're playing nicely. Kebby. Warburton. Get back to Kebby. Back post now. We've got to find Dazza. Oh, he's in there again. Duxbury's ball. Schmoll knocks it down, and it's put into the back of the net by Paul Turnbull. Another goal from a set piece. This time Tim Schmoll was the man that reached to the back post, brought that ball in, and Paul Turnbull off the bench. What was that chance someone had for him? Hinchcliffe with the long ball, but we look so much better. It is night and day at the moment. Oh, that's a good ball. Dwyer's in, and that was bound to be a goal. We were bound to have one of those go against us. A bit of annoyance, but we've still been fantastic on the night. It's just a shame, though. Just tired legs, I think. But that's what I was worried about with Connor Taylor. Oh, what a ball. What a ball. Goalkeeper maybe could have come, but... we're still going to win the match. That's the main thing. We've allowed high-quality chances off of very few shots, which does worry me a little bit, but we've scored 3 goals on the night. We're staying top of the league by 5 points now. Stevenson and Bo and Paul Turnbull, we're just getting the goals now. And I think that little change with aiming those crosses to the far post definitely is going to get us an extra couple of goals or two here and there, just because Darren Stevenson is such a ledge. Really, really impressed with that. Now we are starting to look much better. Goal difference is huge now at plus 30, whereas it was starting to struggle a little bit. So, next episode... look who it is. Look who it is. It's Boston United who are pulling themselves back up the league again. So off camera, we've actually still got 6 games off camera, but this time I will try and get through those just because of how it's going to be. So York City at home is going to be tough. Billericay away in the cup is going to be tough. FC United away, Kurt Willoughby is going to be tough. Southport at home, they're decent. Guiseley away and Telford at home. Those are 2 winnable games, but it's those other ones. We've given ourselves a chance to lose. essentially. So if you have enjoyed this, and I hope you have, we really are getting back to winning ways again, which is nice, then drop a like on the video. That would be superb. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this every single day, as we really are starting to plow into this season now. We don't have that much left of it, really. Basically 3 more episodes in the season, unless there's some drastic happens. So Boston United, it'll be a Darlington, ooh, the Hereford Darlington, that one could potentially be a double live com. And then finishing things off with Nuneaton Town. I'd like to hope that we can secure promotion before then, but you never know with this league. We could go on another dreadful run and bugger it all up again. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.